Hello and welcome back to Off The Crossbar Transfer News Update with myself, Regan Walsh, and as ever, my co-presenter, Brad. Now, in terms of deals, it's been a quiet week, but there has been a big bit of transfer news potentially happening over the last 12 hours or so in relation to Harry Kane's future.
Love this. Again, just ignore introing me. Just go straight to the thing that you said you didn't care too much about. I suppose I didn't even start with the weather talk after this whole week.
It's too hot to talk about it.
This is the first time I'm wearing a shirt all week.
No, I have been out this week, but yeah, I've been pretty much the same. So, Harry Kane's future. Well, it was reported late last night that Harry Kane is set for a £160 million transfer to Manchester City after Daniel Levy agreed to let the striker leave. He's understood to have shaken hands on a £400,000 a week deal with Man City, according to the Sun Sport. There is some reports saying that the likes of Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, or Riyad Mahrez could still be used in a deal to join Spurs, with Kane going in the opposite direction. What are your first thoughts on this story?
Like, does it matter what Daniel Levy says at the end of the day? Does it? I mean, if Harry Kane comes out and says, "Yeah, it's time," I want out, which for all we know, he's already done that. Like, difficult one. And even if he doesn't, quite just still want that around.
Yeah, I can understand like the friction.
I was trying to think about it because they're in a difficult situation, aren't they?
Yeah.
But even if he does want to leave, they're not going to let him just leave. They're going to want as much as possible for him.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what Daniel Levy's been like with player transfers. I mean, we think back to their previous record sale in Gareth Bale when he went to Real Madrid, how much he held out for back then in 2013. So fast forward 8 years and the market's obviously changed in that time. Players have gone for more money for that.
Let's face it, it was the Gareth Bale transfer that broke British transfers.
Well, yeah. So you can expect him to hold out as much as possible for Harry Kane from Manchester City. Whether Man City do, I don't know, 100 million plus Bernardo Silva, Jesus, Mahrez, or Sterling, they've all been linked with a possible switch. But you've got to think in that case, which are them players, if they were included in a deal, would benefit Nuno Espirito Santo's system best?
Well, personally, Spurs would need a striker.
Well, yeah.
So if they would get one in return, that would help them out a little bit. Because I forgot Carlos Vinicius was on loan, wasn't
he? Yeah, I think it was like an 18-month loan with the option to buy, but I don't think they took that up.
As far as I'm aware, they're strikerless. That's right, other than Kane, but it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Again, and you also have to speak with them City players and say, do any of them actually want to go to Tottenham?
Well, yeah, that's the main thing as well, is because whilst they might, want one of these players involved in the deal, these players might go, no, I'm happy here at Man City. Why would I want to go to Spurs for?
I'm very happy sitting on my 200k plus contract. Why do I want to go find the Europa Conference League?
Yeah, I'm just looking now. Spurs do have only one first class or out and out striker. They do also have Steven Bergwijn, who can play up front, and then the other forwards are youngsters in Troy Parrott, Jack Clark, and Dane Scarlett.
They wrote that Dane Scarlett kid very well, or at least the fans do.
Yes, but yeah, it's definitely one that, although there's been a lot of reports about it in the last 12 hours or so, I think it's still going to be one that drags on for a long time, and I don't see it being done anytime soon.
I don't know. I feel like Spurs just wouldn't even entertain the idea come the start of the season if he's still there playing.
Yeah, which is in 21 days.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Can't come quicker. I'm bored as shit now.
Right.
I hope the Olympics will help out, but it's just not gonna.
No. We'll move to their North London rivals now, Arsenal, and earlier this week they confirmed the signing of Albert Sambi Lokonga. Very good signing for the Gunners. Youngster, and he looks to be fitting into that Granit Xhaka role as he arrived from Anderlecht and is only 21 years of age.
All sounds very Grandizy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But who knows? It could work out for him. It's a very unknown prospect. No one really knew who he was, really, before the start of these rumours. So they're taking a punt that could work.
Yeah.
But they've already won their transfer window, if you saw all yesterday.
Well, yeah. I mean, they obviously announced that Emile Smith-Rowe has signed a new contract, long term. I think it runs until 2026, and he's been handed the number 10 shirt for this upcoming season as well. So that puts to bed any rumours of him potentially joining Aston Villa this summer.
Oh no! Anyway,
another couple of transfer news.
It was just hilarious how many Arsenal fans are on Villa Twitter yesterday just saying, he's had a chance.
Yeah.
Lads, we finished your best goalkeeper you've had in 10 years.
And now you try to sign Aaron Ramsdale for 30 million from Sheffield United.
Spending 80 million on Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale? You haven't won anything?
Yeah, you two, that team are taking a massive L if they do spend 80 million on Ben White and Aaron Ramsdale. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Actually, all it was, or all it's been this week is, what I saw in Emile Smith-Rowe. Oh well. Oh, what's that? Leon Bailey's linked. Oh my god. See you, Emile.
Yes. So obviously, as you just said, Leon Bailey of Bayer Leverkusen has been linked with a move to the Villa. Very upcoming hot prospect, Bailey. Obviously, everyone knows what he's capable of. Could be a very good signing for Dean Smith's side.
This could be one of two things. Either this is Milo Rashica 2.0 from last season, just endlessly linked to him all of last summer, or this is all of my career modes come together. He is my go-to career mode signing every season.
I did sign him for a while as well myself. He was a very good player to have at your teams. But yeah, very interesting to see if Villa can pull off this coup for 30 million, which is being reported.
Just think of it. Emi Buendia attacking mid. And in front of him, he has Leon Bailey on the right, Jack Grealish on the left, and Ollie Watkins up top.
That's a very, very dangerous front four.
That is a cheat code. That's front four is. It's mental.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy, and I think one which would get a lot of Villa fans very excited for this upcoming season.
Emi Buendia has already proven that he's the greatest midfielder in the Premier League. He was putting off against Warsaw.
Yes, it'll be.
Watching him with Watkins, it was like prime Ronaldinho and Ronaldo.
Right, I've just remembered a bit of transfer news we forgot to talk about with Spurs. Pierluigi Galini.
I did wonder why you skipped over that.
Because it went out of my mind for a second and then it just came back. 2-year loan, and there is the option to make it a permanent one. He's set to be the backup to Hugo Lloris after, I believe, they let Joe Hart go, so he's no longer at the club. So they need a backup for Lloris, and
let's be honest, if Joe Hart was still at that club after everything he did, the last time he was getting a bit wordy on social media.
Another one of Gasparini's men that are leaving Atalanta. Obviously, you think of Frank Kessie. Robin Gosens has been linked with moves. It's a very good Atalanta side, and yeah, understandably why Galini has been linked with this move and set to be completed, as he is highly rated over in Italy. Obviously, he has played in England before. He's part of Manchester United's academy and spent time in the Championship with Aston Villa. So
all 6 months.
It'll be very interesting to see what he can do there. Right, and we'll switch up to Merseyside now, where Everton have confirmed 3 deals in the past week. They have signed Asmir Begovic on a free transfer, I believe it was, and they signed free agent Andros Townsend and have paid 1.8 million for Damari Gray from Bayer Leverkusen. Thoughts on those deals?
Well, I completely forgot Damari Gray played for Bayer Leverkusen.
I mean, he was only there from January onwards,
That's what
and
I
played
forgot.
played like 10 games for him.
And is it Everton fans couldn't be feeling a bit more aggrieved right now? They've gone from James Rodriguez to Asmir Begovic.
Mm.
Like, these signings, they're not exactly ones to get the club excited.
No, not one of these three signings that made this week have made
They
me go.
scream squad players.
Yeah, and it just makes me feel like you've been a mid-team. Like,
Which
already I'm thinking Europa Conference League for Everton.
I'm not even thinking that. I think they're a bit lower. But
Yeah.
like, they kind of needed squad players. I say, as we saw with the injuries, they were left a bit short on the bench. It was a bit of a lack of quality.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys are going to add anything. Devari Gray maybe
No.
has a chance, but I think Andros Townsend will just be there.
Yeah, I don't see Townsend getting much game time. And it's a very strange sign when they
He's
announced
Rafa
it.
Benitez. So,
well, true.
Who knows? Everton fans
Definitely.
are depressed as it is right now.
And obviously we won't go into that other stuff because we can't do for legal reasons.
Many legal reasons.
Too many to
Do
even
we look
think
like the Suns here?
Exactly. Right, Manchester United. The long ongoing talks about Rafa Varane potentially joining Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side this summer. Latest reports are he's to turn up to Real Madrid's training ground today. He has actually turned up this morning and has left without training with the team. I've just seen a video of him leaving the training ground. I think that may have just been to get his PCR test along with Toni Kroos and Gareth Bale before having to wait for the results.
Or it was just a cunningly disguised note from Florentino Perez saying, "Look what Ed Woodward offered me for you. Look at this."
Yes.
Pathetic.
There was obviously some rumours coming out that he was there was a bid that went in yesterday from Manchester United for like 45 million. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, no bid has been made for Varane yet from Manchester United, and talks are still ongoing between the two sides. Apparently, Real Madrid want somewhere close to 70 million euros, which I don't see happening because the player's got 12 months left on his contract. It won't happen at all.
You think Manchester United are going to spend 160 million in this window?
I mean, they might do if Pogba leaves, but
do you think that's real?
Yet.
Do you think Pogba actually does leave? Because that's weird that that's come up all of a sudden.
I think he does because he's got, again, 12 months left on his contract. There's been no indication that he's going to sign a new deal with United, and I don't think if you look at the Man United team, he's not the star now, is he? Because obviously that's Bruno Fernandes is the main man when you talk about Manchester United now.
But
and I think
obviously you need others around him there.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll get onto some more rumours who've been linked with United this past week or so, and I just don't think he really fits well into this United team. So it's one of them where I think a lot of United fans I've seen now content if Pogba leaves this summer and we get some money for him, because there's just something about Pogba at Man United where he just hasn't fitted in at all, really, and hasn't had his stellar performances like he had at Juventus or he has had with the French national team.
Yeah, but I would understand the viewpoint of United fans. Surely a player like Pogba, you just got to build around there. Like, get him a defensive mid so that he doesn't have to come back, like as we saw in the Euros when he was unbelievable.
Yeah, and one of those defensive midfielders that has been linked, according to TalkSport, is Ruben Neves of Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think that would work really well.
Is he defensive mid there?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
I think he may be the one season for Wolves, but I don't think he was as much. And I think he's regressed a little bit the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but I think if you look at it, so have Wolves realistically.
But yeah, so, that's a different thing in its own point.
Is that him regressing, or is it just the team on a whole, which makes everyone look bad?
But you got to think that he was one of the crucial players for Wolves when they were good. So he's not firing then.
Obviously, there's also been links with Eduard Camavinga of Rennes. Again, another player that's got 12 months left on his contract. But from what I've seen so far, there's nothing further than just talks at the minute, and Camavinga seems okay to wait on his future. And obviously, Rennes are a team that would be happy to sell if a good bid came in for him this summer. And then there's just the paper rumours, nothing to believe in Declan Rice being linked with Manchester United.
Declan Rice is not leaving West Ham this summer.
Yeah. Oh,
Nor is
100%.
Calvin Phillips leaving Leeds.
Yes.
But is it not funny? It's always Villa with Grealish, but now the West Ham and Leeds fans are starting to get the same feeling.
Yes. You wanted to talk on Crystal Palace's signings this summer. And,
yeah. Like, did anyone see this coming?
no,
They actually seem to have done decent business. At least from the outside, it feels like that. Like Michael Elise was one of the most creative players in the Championship last season, an up and comer, and they've managed to pull off signing Mark Guehi.
Yeah, again, 21 years old, where Elise is 19, so it does look like Vieira is building very much for the future. And they also signed, I know we probably won't get as much game time behind Guaita, but Remy Matthews from, or as a free agent who had previously been at Sunderland, I think will be a good backup choice. And obviously they've still got Jack Butland in that squad as well. So I think Patrick Vieira is building a nice squad here. I still expect him to make a couple more signings this summer, I think.
They're kind of in need of maybe another defender after Gary Cahill was allowed to leave. Rightly so, I feel, if it was the wages that were being talked about. You're a 34-year-old bloke, mate. No one's giving you that much.
35.
Especially not Crystal.
34.
I said 35.
I thought you said 34.
Crystal Palace aren't paid 75 grand a week to a 35-year-old.
No chance of that happening. Yeah, and I think maybe another striker.
Yeah, well, if we've seen the rumours, apparently they have links with Odsonne Edouard of Celtic, which would be nice for them.
Yeah, and I think could help them out.
Talking of a potential Villa four, Palace could have a four of Zaha, Elise, Eze when he's fit, and Edouard.
That could be a very...
That's tasty.
Very, very tasty front line.
That is the ultimate inshallah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've also been linked with Ozan Kabak, who obviously spent the past...
I knew they were linked with a centre-back. I completely forgot who.
Yes. Reported fee of about 10.2 million from Schalke.
Kabak and Guehi, not the worst option. I think Guehi is very much of a leader type defender, I think.
I think Kabak would probably do better at Palace, as there's not as much pressure as when he came into that Liverpool squad.
I don't know, everyone knew Liverpool was shit at that point.
Yeah, but still, he literally came in to replace Virgil van Dijk. Even if Liverpool were shit, that's still a lot of pressure to for someone to come in and try and deal with.
I think they've been quite quiet as well, Liverpool. Considering how bad last season has been, did they not need to bring in a few people?
Yeah, I mean, there's rumours this week that they're trying to sign Jared Bowen as a backup option.
That's a decent backup option. Why are all the Liverpool fans like, no, don't do it?
Yeah, there's been some talk that Henderson's contract could be let run down.
It's the absolute madness if they let that happen.
Yeah, but yeah,
as if the owners aren't trying to piss off the fans even more.
Ibrahima Konate has been their only signing this summer, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they seemed again very keen to get youngsters tied down to contracts this summer, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens there, and if they do try and bring in someone, because I do expect them to, like you said, I think they need something. I think maybe if we wait for a couple of sales first, then we might see Liverpool dip into the market.
Is it maybe a midfielder? Because Gini Wijnaldum is a loss.
Yeah, massive loss.
Who goes in instead of him? So they put all the faith now in Naby Keita.
I mean, that's going to be a lot to ask for Keita to do, to try and replace Wijnaldum. Right, I believe that is all the transfer news this week.
Yeah, but we've tried to make something out of what's still been quite quiet.
Yeah, it's been a very quiet week. Obviously, I'm going to hope over the next 2.5 weeks before the season starts, we have some deals get confirmed, or at least some better paper talk rather than this Harry Kane stuff, which to me, I'm still classing as a pinch of salt at the minute.
Pinch yourself.
Mm-hmm. Right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a post, and follow us on Twitter at OffTCPod for all the latest updates in terms of transfers and rumours from around the world of football. And until next week, it's goodbye from Brad.
See ya.
And goodbye from me. And we'll see you soon. Hopefully, it's a lot cooler next week when we record.